case anybody didn't know, today Tupac Shakur's birthday. And they're making a whole movie about him. It's coming out in a few days. All Eyes on Me. And I've been seeing a lot of trending on social media and people talking about it. And it's just a problem I have with people I just don't want to speak on. I hate fake fans. Not even just Tupac. Just anything. Anybody remember when Straight Outta Compton came out? NWA movie? Had everybody was an NWA fan all of a sudden. Same thing has happened with Tupac. Only thing is with Tupac, people always do this with Tupac. Like, you don't have to pretend like you fuck with something harder than you really do. Like, I hate when people do that. Most people are swerving out. Oh, I listen to Tupac all the time, but can't name not 10 names of his songs or anything. And I'll be the first to tell you, I got All Eyes on Me, like the entire album burned on my PlayStation 3 right now. But you want me to tell you something else? I don't consider myself a Tupac fan. I mean, yeah, I've listened to his music before, and I like a lot of his music. He's a revolutionary person in history and all that. But I'm not gonna sit up here and like cape and go out like, oh, Tupac is the greatest of all time. First of all, let me explain to you why. One, I didn't grow up listening to Tupac. I actually did grow up listening to a lot of older music. Anybody who knows me personally can tell you that I do listen to a lot of older music. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the rap music that plays on the radio. I don't really like mainstream hip hop. But I'm not gonna sit up and be like, yeah, I listen to Tupac all the time. I can't. How can I say I'm a fan of something if I'm not casually listening to him? Or like, I don't know shit about him. The only reason a lot of people know about Tupac is because somebody else told them. People have a bandwagon mentality like, oh, well, such and such said this or such and such believe this, so that means it's just set in stone and we all know this. That's a lot of the reasons why a lot of people consider him the greatest, which in a lot of ways I can understand how Tupac can be considered the greatest hip-hop legend or rapper of all time, but a lot of people don't like to question him or anything because he's Tupac. So legendary, there's a stigma on him where nobody can really question him or say anything about him. Almost like a Jesus-like figure. But what I'm saying is, like, just stop. Just people try way too hard. Like, oh, I've always listened to. Like, no, the fuck you didn't. Or I give you another. It was the New Edition movie. I don't know what the fuck they called it. The miniseries on BET. You know how many people I've seen go around listening to them walking down the street or in school? Just all of a sudden, people are New Edition fans. And like I said again, I don't pretend like I fuck with things harder. I don't really do. I listened to a couple New Edition songs way before I even saw that movie. I knew who New Edition was. Like I said, I listened to a lot of older music. But can I tell you every single album they made? Can I tell you all the individual names of them? No, I can't. So I'm not going to sit up and pretend like I'm a fan when I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I hate people who do things like they're like, all of a sudden you know who this is and you just been fucking with them and listen to their music for years. Like, this is like a modern example. I give you an example, Rico Reckless. Nobody knew who Rico Reckless was till he made that diss song to Soulja Boy. And then, I talked to a lot of people in different states and they, oh, have you heard about that Crank That remix? Or have you heard his famous single? And it's like, no, but I remember, I'm trying to think of the song I was gonna say. Did you heard of Menace to Society? You heard of any of the other songs he made? Like the real Rico Reckless, like the 2012 Rico Reckless, like JoJo World Rico Reckless. Like, the only reason you know who this nigga is because he just got all this buzz now. Like, people, I just hate people's mentality. Like, give you another example. I don't really like Young Pappy, and it's nothing personal to him, but it's just, I've heard so much about him, like, through other people, and I never got a chance to listen to him on. I hear people walk down the street playing Killer and all that. It's like, the only reason you people know who this nigga is because he's dead. You weren't listening to him because you actually liked him at first. You was listening to him because you heard from somebody else. I mean, to be honest, a lot of the reasons we listen to this shit, we listen to the music, I mean, it's all tangent from somebody else. Like, I mean, you heard it from someone. I mean, I'm not old enough when Michael Jackson came out. The only reason I know who Michael Jackson is because Mike told me. I'm just saying though, like, just stop dick ragging Tupac. You just never were listening to him before. You probably don't even know who his real name is. Like, you're not a real Tupac fan. All of a sudden, just stop. And this is coming from a person who can honestly tell you, I don't give a shit about Tupac, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I don't mean that to be disrespectful at all. It's just I never listened to him before. I'm not gonna pretend like I listened to him. I didn't come from here. I grew up in a household where I heard a lot of Twister being played growing up. Heard a lot of Bone Thugs and Harmony. My aunt listened to NWA a lot, so that I knew who NWA were way before the Straight Outta Compton movie came out. I have a lot of their music on my game system saved. Like, these are people I know who they are. I didn't just up and one day decide, okay, I'm a fan now. And that's what a lot of people do these days, man. It's crazy. Like, nobody has their own mind about anything. Everybody's thoughts and opinion are like based upon somebody else. There's no type of individual thinking when it comes to media or movies or just anything. Like, a lot of people be like, why do you listen to the music you listen to? Like, just my girlfriend the other day, she was like, all the music you listen to is unknown. And I had a problem with that and stuff. Like, why does what I listen to have to be known? You know, I don't really like that type of thinking, but that's what everybody has these days. Maybe for me to say that you're not a real fan, maybe that's the wrong choice of words. I mean, you're not a diehard fan, because you can be a casual fan of anything. Like, for example, I'm a diehard fan of Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna front my shit. Like, I've been watching Dragon Ball Z since I was in diapers, basically. That's something I can say proud of, because I know I've been watching it for years and I take it seriously. But let's just say an example of let's just say another anime or just some shit I watch, like One Piece. I'm not a huge fan of One Piece, but I do watch it. I enjoy it sometimes. But I'm not gonna join the bandwagon on something and just be like, hey, I've been doing this for a long time, or I've been watching this, I really enjoy this, to get some type of points or some sense of, hey, look, I'm doing this too, you know, for attention and things like that. And I think that's what a lot of people do. Everything is about society's judgment. Well, everybody else likes this, I should like this too. Everybody else is doing this, I should do this too. Well, I'm wrong because these people say I'm not supposed to like this, or I'm not supposed to feel a certain way towards this. And that's all I'm really saying is, if you really love a rapper or music or something like that, don't let it be because that's what everybody else thinks is cool. Let it because that's what you like, that's what you listen to. And don't just up and just be like, okay, this is who I am now, when it's really not. Because let's just say, for example, you don't know who Tupac was, or you've been living under a rock your entire life, and this movie has inspired you to do research, and now you found out you like his music. That's cool. But don't try to be like, oh, I love Tupac, because, I mean, you're just a fucking lame. Like, I don't really know how to describe you, but you know what I mean.